And he will now perform his personal routine of stretching. As we all know, every fighter has other capabilities of fighting. So Andy just performs his routine, which he thinks is needed most before fighting or training. Since he's renowned for his high kicks, his fast kicks, Andy puts much emphasis on stretching the muscles of his thigh, inside and backside. Also his lower back gets stretched. Like now inside of his upper thigh, front side of his thigh, lower back with it. Split. It's routine you learn to perform while practicing for years. Every fighter has to choose the practice he can use best before starting training or competition. Of course, Michel is a different kind of fighter. He uses different practices for stretching. He puts more emphasis on lower back, and he does it in the typical fashion of the Dutch by doing the stretching program, which means you have to practice during about 8 seconds, keep the tension on the muscles, afterwards relax, and eventually you can repeat the practice 2 or 3 times. Now he's stretching the back side of his legs, lower back. Now his muscles in the thigh, back side of the leg, lower back, inside, muscles at the inside of the thigh. Make spagat, which is one of the most important exercises in karate to become supple. Split. You can see that although both Michel and Andy are quite heavy, put a lot of weight on the scales, they are surprisingly supple. Lower back side, inside of the upper leg. Muscles who are on the side of the upper body, also combined with the back side of the leg. Back muscles, muscles in the groin. Now you should be prepared for training. Come on. Fighting stance, duwen. Will perform Maigiri as in fighting. It's possible being given to the chest. Michel and he will now perform Kyokushin, one of the most important kicks in Kyokushin, from fighting stance. Come on. 20 times. It's. Now we will see how Washigiri is done in real fighting situations. Alright? Yeah. First, kick to the body. It should be noted that the fighters are not permitted to wear any shin protection. High kick to the head in Washigiri Jodan. Come on. As you can see, it's a circular motion with the body weight behind the kick. Now we will do some kicks that are delivered when you are with your back to the opponent. Alright? Start with the back kick, backwards kick, the upper leg, specialty of Andy also. Now, to the body. Can also be done jumping. You can see it's a very powerful kick. Which can also be done jumping. Anyway. We will see some jumping techniques with very nice high kicking. Alright? First a low kick, followed by a front kick. Feint as a low kick, followed by high jumping Washington. Punches in Kyokushin are based on the Kihon, but they look a lot like the punches in English boxing. From a fighting stance, right? Yes. You will see usually there's a straight left, Shudanski, followed by a right punch, Shudanski. Added to the fighting are hook punches, against Shitaski. From fighting stance, they look a lot like the punches and hooks with English boxing. 2. Especially punch to deliver the left arm is favored by many fighters. From fighting stance, now come out, you will see a knee kick, Isagero. It's usually delivered to the upper part of the body or the head. It's also possible to the head from fighting stance, right? Very important method of training in Kyokushin is with the striking pads. You can do many exercises. can kick with full strength, but it's also possible to use the striking pads as a means of training the movements in the fight. Because they absorb a lot of energy, striking pads are a good means of developing strong stamina. While training at the striking pads, you can develop your knockout techniques. Michel is going to show now the knee kicks performed at the cushions. Front kick, Maigiri, performed at the cushions. High kick, Moshigiri Jodan, at the striking pads. High kick on Moshigiri Jodan at the striking pads. High kick is of course a very fashionable weapon to put somebody knockout, but the best way of putting somebody knockout in Kyokushin is still turning kick, Ushiro Moashi on the striking pads. One especially powerful kick is the Ushiro Tobigeri, a kick backwards that is delivered while jumping. You will notice that the impact of the kick is quite strong, so the people who receive the kick will be pushed backwards by its force. A larger striking pad is also suitable for training. Andy will show now a combination which he prefers doing in fighting.
Yes.
Now a combination involving Andy's kakato, his favorite high kick. Special combination by Michel, which is intended to take first the air of the fighter when he delivers the first kick, and secondly place the second kick and knock him down. Another combination involving straight punch, liver punch and low kick. The person who is holding the striking pads can also play an active role in training. Eric on the left will now give a low kick, Andy will block it and counter with a combination with punches and a kick to the body. The active role of the trainer who holds the cushions is now played by Wim, who gives a low kick. Michel will block it and counter with a double low kick, followed by a high kick to the head. training with small striking pads. It's specifically designed to develop precision and speed. Straight punches. Hook punches or Uruken Shitaski. Now the role of the trainer is emphasized. The trainer points with his cushions to the directions Michel is going to hit. One more active part of the trainer, he gives low kick, Michel blocks and counters with precision. Of course, there's not only offense in Kyokushin, there's also defense. Michel and Andy will now demonstrate some blocking techniques of low kicks followed by counter attacks. The attacking movement of a migraine front kick is now blocked and countered by several techniques. Attack is Washigiri Jodan, kick to the head. It will be blocked in different ways, followed by a counter attack. Washigiri Jodan, high kick to the head, followed by a block and counter attack. Some attacks with backward kicks, followed by counter attacks. There are many ways of using the baseball bat. One of them, rather extraordinary, is breaking it with your shin. Many Kyokushin fighters are able to do it. And he will now demonstrate that he can break the baseball bat without any protection on his shins. Though it's very hard to break a baseball bat, it's not impossible. But there are certain conditions. You have to concentrate completely and you have to master your technique also completely. Because there's a lot of power behind the kick, it's almost necessary that there are more people involved in holding the bat. But it's all a matter of the mind. You should concentrate and not be afraid of the pain that might follow if you are not succeeding in breaking the bat. Michel. So it shows that you have to have a lot of power and also a lot of determination to break the bat. So anybody who ever doubted if we use real bats for breaking will now be convinced. Here! Although Kyokushin is very violent, of course there are many rules that have to be obeyed. The rules are very strict. They only permit punches to the body. Straight punches to the chest. They also permit punches to the body. Occasionally they can be given to the legs too, but usually they don't inflict much damage. Also permitted are elbow strikes to the body. Permitted are kicks to the body, for example, low kicks. Washigiri Gedan. same kick to the body. Wat je weer shoot on. The same kick to the head. Front kicks, maigiri, to the body. The same movement to the head. Knee kicks to the body. They can also be given to the legs. Knee kicks to the head. You should observe that no holding at all is permitted. Kicks that are given backwards to the opponent. Straight, Shiogeri. And circular, Shiromashi. In general, all kinds of kicks to the head, legs and body are permitted. For example, Kakato. And of course, the jumping kicks. Jumping circular kick, Shiromashi. In Kyokushin fights, there's usually a clear victor. Either you win by waza-ari, or you win by ippon, or you win simply because you have better stamina and you are stronger than your opponent. The decision is given by judges. However, a waza-ari or ippon is usually clear to everybody. We will show how somebody can earn a waza-ari. This is when a person is for several seconds unable to continue fighting. When he continues, his opponent gets awarded the waza-ari. One more example. He goes down, gets up again, and continues fighting. The same is possible with the punches. Goes down, the referee calls it a stop, he gets up again and continues fighting. Waza-ari is awarded. And waza-ari. So the fight has still to continue and has to last its usual 3 minutes, but the one opponent has a certain waza-ari scored and thus will win the competition. A clear win or ippon is scored by a complete knockout. Somebody fails to get up and continue the fight again. It's possible in many ways, by punches to the body, kicks to the legs, but one of the most dramatic knockouts is always a kick to the head. Fighter fails to get up and referees call it an ippon. And an ippon is scored. In competition, many movements are considered irregular, thus called fouls. Usually, disqualification will follow if somebody does them on purpose. For example, such fouls are punches to the face, intentionally, elbows to the face, grabbing, holding, thus creating an advantage to execute your techniques. Kicking to the groin, and thus afterwards losing your advantage. Kicking straight to the joints, to the backbone. Since 1975, every 4 years there has been a world tournament. So far, only Japanese fighters have been able to win. Andy came last time very close, finishing second after Matsui, excellent Japanese fighter. This year, of this time, in 2 years, the standards will be possibly different. The Japanese will be challenged by many foreigners. Michel, how do you think the next tournament will turn out?
I think the Europeans still stand a very good chance of getting among the first 8 places. As a bonds coach of the Dutch team, of course, I think the Dutch team will have a good chance. We have a lot of new boys who are really strong and really willing to fight. But of course, there are a lot of other countries from Europe who have very strong fighters. England, Switzerland, Denmark, and the others. So it will be a very exciting tournament, I think.
Do you care to give a hint at who you think will be winning?
I think this is very difficult to say because a lot of what will happen in a world tournament depends on the draw. There are so many fighters, but I think there's a very good chance that this time there will be a European champion, and even Andy will. I think Andy will stand a good chance, depending on the draw, of course.
Andy, not talking about your own chances, what do you think the next tournament will look like for the audience? Wie das auswirkt.
Also die Weltmeisterschaft wird immer härter, es wird immer bessere Leute geben. Ist nicht mehr so, dass es schlechte Leute dort sind, es sind immer besser und besser. Und für mich wird es auch immer schwerer, weil sie kennen mich und sie werden mich studieren. Aber ich werde mich sehr, sehr gut vorbereiten und wir werden sehen.
How about, do you give yourself a chance to become world champion?
Ich hoffe, dass ich eine Chance haben werde. Ich möchte gewinnen, aber es wird sehr, sehr schwierig für mich sein. Aber ich werde mein Bestes Mögliches geben und vielleicht werde ich es mit den anderen Europäern schaffen, der erste Weltmeister zu werden.
Then there's a last question or exchange of opinions. We, Kyokushin Karateka, practically owe everything to Oyama Sosai. I'd like to have the opinion of Michel and Andy about the capacities of Oyama Sosai and the meaning of him for Kyokushin.
I think for every Kyokushin fighter, Oyama is one of the most important people in his life. Soso Oyama built a complete organization all over the world. Kyokushin is the largest karate organization that functions on the one man in the world. And what Soso Oyama has done himself are a lot of incredible feats, like introducing a lot of different breaking techniques, fighting rules, and so on.
Andy, what do you think of Soso Oyama, who you have met several times?
Ich finde, Oyama ist ein sehr, sehr großer Mann, hat eine sehr große Organisation aufgebaut und ich hoffe, dass er noch sehr lange leben wird, dass die Organisation noch sehr, sehr lange auch lebt. Und ich finde, er ist ein sehr großer Mann und ich applaudiere ihn sehr.
I think that's the general opinion of all Kyokushin Karateka in the world. So now we have to finish this conversation. Would you like to tell something to people who watch this video and who are possibly practicing Kyokushin themselves?
I think a nice thing of this video is that you will have the opportunity of seeing a lot of different techniques and training methods in Kyokushin karate, and you have the opportunity of watching people who are really at the front of the development of Kyokushin fighting in Europe.
How about you, Andy? Do you have a message for the people who watch this video and who are active in Kyokushin?
Ich hoffe, dass die Leute, die dieses Video sehen werden, sehr viel profitieren können von uns und dass wir einige neue Techniken zeigen können, dass sie noch besser lernen und noch besser im Kampf ringen können. Und ich hoffe, dass sie Freude daran haben werden.
Which is possibly one of the main things in Kyokushin, that you have to enjoy it and be active in it while enjoying it.